What is up, YouTube? I have a battle here against Sharpedo43. Guy I battled several times in the past. Obviously, he's a really good battler. Usually actually takes me out, and here we go. You guys can see the teams there. We're both using... I'm using Mega Pidgeot, which is something that just came out recently. And once again, he is going to bring Sharpedo, which is his namesake, and a Pokemon that always manages to sweep me. So, we'll see if it can happen again. So he's going to lead with Crobat as I lead with Jirachi, and this is my Scarf Jirachi, but I don't actually carry Zen Headbutt on this set, but he actually outspeeds me, so that tells me that this is a Scarf Crobat, not something you see every day, but he's going to be able to get the U-turn off, but I was just going to U-turn as well, so that's going to let me get, hopefully, the, matchup I want here against the Swampert. Decided to go out into my Tapu Fine, because if this thing does set up Stealth Rocks, which I'm expecting it to have, I can always, use Defog to get rid of them. So he's going to go into Tapu Lele, and we're going to have our little terrain war here as he sets up his Psychic Surge. Now, Tapu Lele is a Pokemon you're always going to be afraid of, because it's, just huge damage potential, and the fact you can't priority it. But I'm going to go ahead and switch out because I do not want to take, I think I'm predicting a Moonblast here. So he's just going to go for a Psychic, though, which is great anyway because Jirachi X4 resists that. Thankfully, he did not go for the Shadow Ball, and that's going to force him out. So he's going to go back into this Crobat thing. And looking at how much damage that X4 resisted Psychic is, I'm actually thinking that that thing is Specs and not Scarfed, which would actually be better for me because, obviously, a Scarf Tapu Lele is going to hurt my team a bit more than a Specs one, even though a Specs one will hit like a truck. At the very least, I can outspeed it. Anyway, he's going to go ahead and U-turn as I go into Thundurus, and, yeah, he's going to go back into Tapu Lele. And here I Volt Switch, and I do outspeed the Lele, so that confirms that it is indeed Specs. And, yeah, nearly kill it. I should have just went for, like a Discharge or something. I think this one has Discharge. I'm not really sure why. Oh, well. So I'm just going back into my Tapu Fine, basically to get up my own terrain, which will reduce the damage of his Psychic moves. Unfortunately, he does go for the Moonblast this time, and it does do some significant damage to Tapu Fine. And I really do not want to take any more damage, but he's going to go ahead and switch out into his Crobat, I guess, not wanting to risk not killing me and dying himself. So, double switch here as I go into my Nidoking, and I really do not want to take a Brave Bird on my Nidoking. So, I'm going to go ahead and switch out, and I go out back into Thundurus, hoping that my Thundurus, with the resistance, can maybe take one or take a couple of these, but this actually does a bit more damage than I expected. Well, that's because it crit me. But, I think it would have actually gotten the 2-KO anyway, looking at that damage, so that sucks. I'm going to end up losing my Thundurus here, which is one of the only things I have that can outspeed that Tapu Lele. So that's not good. Any switch, I'm going to switch out into Jirachi, and I know he's locked into Brave Bird. I do have the resistance. I'm just hoping to kill this thing, I think. Or do I U-turn? I think I might U-turn predicting his switch. Yes, I do U-turn. Okay, that was a good play for me, because now he's going to try to go back into Swampert to resist I guess my predicted Steel move, but now I can go right back into Tapu Fine, which can hit neutral with either Surf or Moonblast. This is actually a Calm Mind Tapu Fine. It's a Calm Mind, Surf, Moonblast, and I believe I have Defog as my 4th move, as a toolbox move. And as you can see, my Misty Terrain actually wore off that turn, so you're going to see the very rare, situation of a Tapu being out without its terrain. Oh well, so he's going to go for the Earthquake, and I actually take that pretty nicely due to my defensively E-feed stats. And gonna go ahead and go for that Moonblast. Just in case you wanted to switch, I was kind of predicting a switch, I think, and that's why I didn't go for the Surf, which I think is stronger. I don't remember. Or maybe it's the same base power. It might be the same. Either way, I went for Moonblast. Moonblast has 95 base power, so I think that's the same as Surf. So it doesn't really matter which one I went for, and I guess that one can lower special attack, which doesn't really help against Swampert, but, Actually, wait, no, Surf is only base paid 90. Alright, why not? I'm going to go and switch it up to Surf this time, which ends up being great for me, because he ends up going into Magearna to try to resist. Unfortunately, it does not appear to be even a 2-KO, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out. I can use Tapu Fine as Death Fodder later, not to mention I can use it to get rid of Tapu Lele's Psychic Terrain. He's going to go for a Floor Cannon, which is a Fairy-type Overheat, basically, which hits like a truck even with the resistance on my Nidoking. Fortunately for me, though, with that special attack drop, he does not feel comfortable staying in, and I can get up some Stealth Rocks, which will hopefully help wither down his team a little bit. Unfortunately for me, though, this Nidoking is not going to be able to do much else, and I'm just going to take a Brave Bird and die, because I really don't have anything I feel comfortable switching in and taking 2 Brave Birds from this Scarf Crobat. So in comes Jirachi again, and like I said, I do that just because I know, and plus I kind of figure he's going to stay in here, so I believe this time I do just kill him. And I figure he's going to stay in because he doesn't, I don't think he can, well, he might be able to switch back in once with the Stealth Rocks, but he's obviously just going to sack Crobat because it's not really much of an opportunity for to do much else. Oh well, this does give him a free switch, though, into his Swampert. And he's going to eat the berry, which is an interesting item for Swampert, and actually is really annoying for it to go all the way back to green HP. So, going to go into Mega Pidgeot, and I kind of expect the Stealth Rock here. I wanted to get this in before he Stealth Rocked, but he ends up switching out into Arcanine, so I guess he was predicting something, and I'm actually okay with this double switch, honestly. It's not like Arcanine has any super effective moves, and I can hit him pretty darn hard once I Mega Evolve with Hurricane, so that's what I'm going to do, and using Mega Pidgeot because it did just come out, as well as Mega Audino, but Mega Audino is kind of bad in singles. It's not very good. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and Hurricane. Unfortunately, I did not quite kill the Arcanine. He's able to get off a Toxic, which is going to limit the amount of turns I can stay in and just wither me down. I do have Roost on this Pidgeot, so there is a way I can recover HP, but Toxic is definitely not something you want on a Pokemon that doesn't have any other recovery, so really annoying that I wasn't able to kill, and yeah, obviously he's going to now be able to get off an Extreme Speed as well before I'm able to kill him, so that was sad. But the Arcanine is going to go down, and this is a modest Pidgeot too, so I'm not as fast as I could be. I was just hoping that I'd be able to straight out power kill it, but I guess not. I don't know if he has some special defense investment or what. So he goes into Magearna, and I'm going to switch. No, he switches out into Swampert now. I guess trying to see if I have Heat Wave. Not to mention, I'll take more damage due to Toxic now. And I do have the Heat Wave, so it was a good move for him. He was probably just scouting it whether I had it, and just trying to minimize the damage from this Pidgeot, knowing that I probably wouldn't go Hurricane against Magearna. But yeah, I actually decided to switch out into Greninja now, because this is my opportunity, I feel, to try to get the Mega Evolution to Ash Greninja, or I know it's not Mega Evolution, but the transformation into Ash Greninja. So I'm just going to go for the Hydro Pump. He finally gets off his Stealth Rocks, which actually is really bad because Mega Pidgeot's going to be at super low HP now when it comes back in. But yeah, going to be able to get off that transformation. And yeah, now I'm Ash Greninja, which gives me some options. Now, he still has Sharpedo in the back. He is waiting on it. He is basically going for that late-game sweep. I know that that's the case, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it, unfortunately. He's going to go back into Tapu Lele, and yeah, I'm faster because he's Specs, and I can just do that. So I don't even need priority to get rid of it, and yeah, it's just going to die, and that's pretty cool. So in comes Magearna again, and yeah, that's not going to take much from Stealth Rocks. And I believe I switch out here, and I do that. I go into Tapu Fine to get rid of his Psychic Terrain in case I need to use my priority moves later against that Sharpedo. I'm thinking that my only real shot is to survive a hit from that Mega Sharpedo with my, you know, my Greninja, and then try to kill it with priority. And I think that's my only shot at this point. He's going to go for the Gear Grind, which is not good. Obviously, that's going to increase his speed and make Magearna really scary. I have nothing to switch into this. So, now that this thing can outspeed my whole team, and it has +1 special attack to boot, so, this Magearna is actually really scary. Thankfully, though, because I got rid of the Psychic Terrain, I can now go for the Water Cirque, and I have to hope to kill it at this point. And, oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Can I get the third hit? I do. I do get the third hit. Magearna goes down, thankfully, and, yeah. Unfortunately, though, Greninja is withering itself down with my own Life Orb, which is really not good. And I make a mistake here. Now, I knew that it was obviously going to protect for that +1 speed with Speed Boost. So I decided, you know, maybe I'll take this free switch into Jirachi, but that's going to do another Stealth Rock hit onto my, Greninja. And I don't know if it really mattered, but, yeah, that's not really a thing I wanted to do. Because, like I said, my only real shot here is for Greninja to attack at least one hit from this guy, and then try to finish it off with priority. As it stands now, he's just going to be able to Mega Evolve, kill my Jirachi, and then I just sack Mega Pidgeot for no reason, really. I knew that it was just going to die, but I figured might as well just make it one last confrontation between Greninja and Sharpedo. It's nothing like Pidgeot can do anyway, so just send it in to die. And, I'm just going to go into Greninja here, and I have to hope that I can live one hit, and not to mention live a Life Orb hit, and try to hit it really hard. Unfortunately, I do not live, because Mega Sharpedo is a beast, and I'm dead. So, that was a nice game there, Sharpedo. I always fall to that Sharpedo. I think this is like the third or fourth time he's gotten the sweep, the endgame sweep of that Sharpedo. Pretty ridiculous. Anyway, today's question, I need to start bringing Sharpedo counter specifically against this guy, but I always forget to do it. And you'd think that I'd remember because his name is Sharpedo, but whatever. Today's question of the day is, if you could make one buff or nerf to any move in the game, what would it be and how would you adjust it? So if you think a move is too powerful or too weak. As for me, Scald. Scald is ridiculous. It shouldn't be as strong as it is with the burn chance as high as it is. It's just stupid. Would have been fine with it at 40 base power? Heck, I would have been fine with it if it has 10% chance to burn instead of 30. I've ranted about this before, but I don't know what idiot at Game Freak thought, hey, water's too weak, let's give it a move that burns at 3 times the rate of freaking Flamethrower. Think about that, Flamethrower. Literally throwing flames at your opponent is only 10%, somehow scalding water is 30. Whatever, leave a comment about that and see you guys next time, later.